Hi, and welcome to a quick demo on how to run a large language model entirely in your browser using DeepChat. It is important to note that DeepChat is updated very frequently. Therefore, some contents of this video may be different to what we have on our live website. However, this demo should be enough to help get you started. The first thing we're going to do is check out how a web model works. When the chat component first appears, you will notice an introductory message that gives the option to either download or upload a model into the chat. The reason why this is required is because web models are not bundled together with DChat, as depending on the specific models that you'll choose, their files can take up multiple gigabytes of size. Therefore, we let the user download the model files once and re-upload them whenever they want to use the chat. Now, by default, the files will be cached, so you won't have to worry about re-downloading or storing them. However, depending on your browser settings, the cache will last around a week. Therefore, after this time period, you will have to re-download the files, or alternatively, if you have stored them, you can re-upload them and reset the cache once again. Without further ado, let's give it a go. As you can see, my files have been cached and are loaded quickly. If you're downloading the files for the first time, this process will take longer. However, it will be much faster every next time. Okay, the model has been downloaded successfully, and I now have the option to export the files for future use. Now, as you can see, each model file is exported individually, and the reason for this is because exporting all of the files in a single zip folder can actually crash your browser. Therefore, this is a much safer and simpler way of doing it. Okay, let's try out the model. And that's pretty much how it works. No server, no setup, all in the comfort of your browser. Now let's set this up from scratch on a custom website. I have chosen Vue as my framework for this demo, but you can pretty much use any framework of your choice to do this. You will also notice that I'm using the DeepChat dev module. And the reason for that is because when this video was recorded, the web model functionality has not been released yet. So if you're replicating the code in this demo, you will use the DeepChat package instead. Okay, the first thing that I would highly recommend in doing is checking out the official web model documentation, which details all of the information required for setting it up and configuring other options, such as using a specific model, changing the introductory message, and much more. For the setup, we're going to need to inject the DeepChat Web LLM module into our project. We can see that DeepChat Web LLM module needs to be assigned to window.webllm property in order for DeepChat to pick it up. This is actually pretty simple, and we detail multiple ways on how you can achieve this. Also, if you're using a TypeScript project, you will need to create a global type to be able to assign properties to the window object. We also have some live examples that have been pre-configured to work with the setup above. Now, referring back to our project, let's first install the DeepChat WebLLM module. And we're going to type npm i deepchat WebLLM and install the package. That was pretty quick. And if we go back to our documentation, we're going to go to the very first example and use this code to assign WebLLM to the window WebLLM property. Okay, paste that in. Now, because this project is using TypeScript, we're going to need to use the global type for type safety. So if we go back into our documentation and simply copy that, paste it into our project, remove the modules that we don't need, and that's pretty much it. So let's define DeepChat in our markup. And if we reference back to the web model documentation, you can see that all we need to do is define the web model property that accepts a Boolean value of true, or a JSON object that allows us to configure the model for our needs. If we go back to our demo, we're going to try to keep it as simple as possible and define a web model property of true. Save that. Okay, and let's check out our website in the browser. Okay, so far so good. And this time let's upload the model files. And let's give it a try. Perfect. This pretty much concludes our demo. Make sure to check out our other videos for more examples. And as always, happy coding.